What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Legacy Channel. I'm your host, Alex, and here's a quick little recap of my experience taking 200 milligram per deciliter of testosterone cypionate for the last 2.5 years. Have I fluctuated the dose within that time frame? Yes. It's gone from 160 to 180 to 200 and back and forth until I landed on 200 milligram per deciliter as of late. Had my blood drawn about 3 weeks ago, and I am happy to report it came back with a testosterone level of 849. So I must say, my last cycle of this dose has taught me quite a bit. Number one is emotional regulation of this, what they call peaks and valleys. In peaks, it's because you have just administered your dose, and so for the next 3 to 4 days, you're gonna feel amazing, you're gonna feel great, mental clarity, energy, motivation, it's going to be awesome. And then the last 3 or so days where you're coming down into the valley aspect of things, you'll notice that things will begin to taper off in those areas. Energy, motivation, all that stuff, and an increase in your emotional awareness, and you'll have to just deal with some emotional things because in the valley portion of things, your estrogen is increased. Now, why does that happen? Well, it happens because any excess testosterone that you have in your body will get transferred or translated or converted into estradiol. And so that's when you'll feel a little bit more moody, a little bit more, sensitive, whatever the case. And so what I've learned that I want to share with you guys is during the last 3 or so days before your next dose, just be aware of that. If you have a spouse, just be aware, let them know, hey, if I'm being a little moody here these next couple of days, this is why. But at the end of the day, it's still your responsibility to watch your mouth, watch your attitude, guard your behavior, so that you can coast through this TRT experience with the least amount of collateral damage to those around you. Also, the best thing you can do while you're on this testosterone TRT journey is to make sure that you are committing yourself to at least 2 to 3 days of exercise in the gym. I have found that is the best medicine. It cannot be replaced with any type of medication, any type of substitute. Exercise is its own medicine, and it will do you the best good, not only for your muscles and tissues and joints and longevity of your life, but also mental disposition, because when you strain in the gym, it releases other hormones in your body that helps you regulate your mood, helps you regulate your mental well-being. And you just feel accomplished. Never have I ran into a person coming out of the gym saying, oh, that was a waste of time. Never. And I've never felt that either. And so just want to encourage you guys about that. Another thing I've noticed being on TRT for this last 2.5 years, and going through personal development, that it helps you not be fear motivated and fear driven, making decisions based on fear and out of fear that if I commit myself to something, I won't have the energy to see it through. Or if I step up and say hello to somebody I don't know, that I'll be rejected. Or if I set out in a new career and new business venture, that I might fail. Because I don't want to live a life motivated by fear, and I don't want to teach my kids to live a life that's motivated by fear. The other day, we bought a side-by-side, a Polaris Ranger, and I've been letting my 14 and my 12-year-old drive it around our 3.5 acres that we have. Well, maybe I extended a little too much freedom to my 12-year-old because he was out there doing donuts and cookies, and guess what happened? He rolled the Ranger over. Now, thank God that he was buckled. The only damage that came out of it was the windshield broke, which is about a $1,500 expense. I'll tell you this, I'd rather have a $1,500 expense to replace the windshield than a hospital bill or a funeral bill. When he rolled it, I helped him, fix the situation. We pulled and we put the Ranger back on all four wheels. And I looked at him, but I'll be honest, something within me wanted to be mad and frustrated and teach him a lesson, but I was cool, calm, and collected because my son was alive. Like, we're good. I can fix this stupid machine. But one of the things I did is I asked him, son, what have you learned from this experience? He said, not to take risk. When he said that, I was like, oh boy, I hope that is not what he learned out of this experience, is to be risk averse. Because I want my kids to grow up being comfortable with risk, being comfortable with pressure. I said, no, son, the lesson here is not don't take risk. The lesson here is don't floor it where you're in the middle of making donuts. Understand the situation, understand the vehicle that you're in, what it can and cannot do, that you don't exceed the boundaries, and increase your chances of rolling the vehicle. Just really systematic thinking of having him learn how to give respect to the things around him, not don't take risk. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Like, we don't want to be risk averse. We want to be able to take risks, calculated risks, and then see the thing all the way through. So, you know, what can I say? At the end of the day, everything we're doing here as men, everything we're doing as fathers, as husbands, is to be examples to those around us, okay? I just wanted to share that with you guys because a lot of guys are scared of taking care of themselves. You know, a lot of guys would rather fall on the sword and kill themselves for the expense of those that they say they love. But you're not going to help those around you if you're not there, if you're not 100%, if they can't rely on you. And so, man, for what it's worth, you guys take care of yourselves spiritually, physically, mentally, because only then can you be and extend help and be a blessing to those around you. Okay? I hope you guys have a great day. Till next video.